Alright, I was thinking a little bit about this video during my meditation, and I was starting to think that sometimes we have to fall to learn how to rise. Because we all don't want to go through that bad stuff. We all don't want to look in the mirror and take responsibility for ourselves. But maybe that's what we need to do. Like, what role am I playing in what's going on around me? How am I acting? How am I feeling? What thoughts? What limiting beliefs? What past experiences? What negative, maybe perceptions we have about what's going on around us? Because I think everybody looks in terms of, we've been taught so much to look in terms of good and bad. Like, this is good for you, this is bad for you. But, I mean, everything's kind of neutral. I think Dr. Joe Dispenza said that. It's like every experience we have is neutral, but it's up to us to perceive in a negative light or in a positive light. And don't get me wrong, there are negative things that happen to us. There are kind of bad things that happen to us, but maybe they're not so bad. Maybe we can take that bad experience, that fall. Maybe that's there to teach us something so that we can learn how to rise. I think there was a line in the movie Batman Begins where he says, "Why do we fall, sir? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up." And it gets me choked up sometimes. But that's in life, and it's more than just a movie. I mean, come on. We've all had those points in our lives where we haven't been happy or we've been hurt or things haven't went the way we wanted it to. You have a plan, you have goals. The plan doesn't go as way you wanted it to, you don't reach that goal. Well, maybe that wasn't the plan. Maybe there's a bigger divine plan that we can't see and we couldn't see in that moment, and we might not be able to see it right now. But that's the thing, is to keep looking and to keep exploring and to keep learning step by step, moment by moment. And the more you pay attention to all this stuff, and instead of looking at it in a bad light as, why is this happening to me? Like Tony Robbins always says, sometimes things ain't happening to us, it's happening for us. So maybe those bad experiences are there to teach us something. So we look inside our hearts, look inside our souls, and realize that we are more than we believe. We are more than we've been taught. We are more than what we thought we were. But you have to look in here and you have to look inside yourself. You're not going to find all the answers on the outside. The answers are in the inside. It's just that we've been taught so much to that, getting the status, getting the car, getting the girl, getting the guy, getting $1 million. Like, all this stuff's going to make us happy. But yet you see a lot of rich people who have all that stuff are like, I wish people would get to that point, because then they'd realize that it's not the stuff that makes them happy. It's not the money that makes them happy. I'm not saying don't strive to make money, don't strive to have good stuff, to have nice stuff and want to do stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't base your value, your own heart, your own soul on what it is you have and what you've been told. You have to base it more on who you are and who you become. We always have a decision to make. We always can choose to be someone different in every moment. So uh, don't get too discouraged. Don't get too down on yourself. And maybe it is, though. Maybe you do need to get like that sometimes, so you can feel that in your body. Like, when your actions, pay attention to your actions. Maybe a lot of the stuff that you're doing right now makes you feel like crap. And then maybe you'd have to look in the mirror and say, what am I doing? Am I treating people bad? Am I manipulating people? Am I being rude to others? And what kind of energy am I putting out into the universe? Because I've heard through so many things that the universe is a mirror. Whatever you put into it is what you get out of it. It's just that everybody always wants to get out of it first. Like, like I say it a lot. I don't know if I've said it in my videos, but when you ask what would you do with $1 million, people are always like, oh, I'd give some away. Well, I always say, look at it backwards. Since the universe is a mirror, what if you gave some money away? You might win $1 million. So that's a whole nother video about how abundance is created and all that stuff. But if you notice, a lot of the ultra rich people, they do a lot for charities, they do a lot for other people, and then the universe sees that you're doing stuff for other people, then it does stuff for you. But see, people always think that, hey, I gave this guy 20 bucks. They're expecting them to give it back. Well, the universe saw that you gave that person money or you helped that person out. Doesn't mean that they're going to give it back to you, but the universe will find some way for it to channel it back to you. It's just that most people won't do it because they're afraid that they're not going to get it back or they don't have enough to give away. When in actuality, you start little and day by day or week by week, month by month, whatever you can do, you just got to start small because the small stuff will add up to something big. It's just that we always look for that big plan. We always look for that big thing. And we got to start small, build it every day. I read something today on the internet and it said, daily habits build big things. It's just that we always think that we got to do something gigantic. We got to, like I said before, be Superman and jump to the top of the mountain. Well, that's not the way it goes. You got to take one step at a time, do the next thing, and be all right. Because, I even get, motivated, unmotivated, and that's why sometimes I go, a few weeks or whatever between because a lot of stuff happens. But then after I start to sort that stuff out, and a lot of the times when I take a break, it's because I'm not doing the work. I'm not doing the, more meditations or the reading or the like learning. Because when you start to learn from other people and you start to do all that stuff, then it starts to spark ideas inside yourself. It's just that we think once we're done with high school, like there's no more learning, and it's like, or college or whatever, I just want to do my job, go home, be lazy, and watch TV, which is cool if that's what you choose to do, but don't expect things to change if you're not going to stimulate your brain, because that's what it does. That's what reading other stuff, learning, watching other people's videos, seeing what they say, then it kind of sparks me with an idea to come on here and do something like this. But for the last few weeks, I was being lazy and not doing it. So again, I had to get to that point in my life where I said, all right, what am I doing that I've not been doing the last few weeks? So today I was like, all right, you know what? I haven't done this meditation and, since the 7th, and today, so 11 days I haven't done this meditation. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it. It's 45 minutes. Maybe I'll just do the quicker one. And then I was like, you know what? I just need to do the 45-minute one. So I did it, and then all of a sudden it helped me release some of the stress and anxiety and all that stuff I've been harboring over the last few weeks. So again, that's that negativity that I'm talking about. You got to kind of fall down and then rise back up. But you also have to put in the work and do the stuff in between. I'm sitting here, watching TV when I get home, or just not, or watching tennis or sports, and I wasn't putting in the extra work. I wasn't watching the videos, doing the learning, and doing all that stuff. So it kind of like made me lose some of that creativity that I have every once in a while, or the motivation to get on here and just talk. And it was funny, the girl at work just said, just get on here and start chatting. Well, I guess that's what I'm doing. So if she watches this video, that's for her. But anyway, so yeah, but you expect to get the results without putting in the work. And again, like I was watching a video with Kobe Bryant today. It's that focus. It's that wanting to get up and doing it when others won't. It's you only have to do it just a little bit. Just change something really small, just a little, something. But again, you know, every little thing. And there's another analogy that one of my teachers, Dean, does is that if you're driving out to a tractor every day, going out to the pasture, you get ruts. So you get so used to doing something every day, the same thing, you develop patterns over time, bad ones, negative ones. So like they say, like we have 60,000 thoughts every day that are the same as yesterday out of what, 80 or 90,000 thoughts. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's saying like most of the thoughts you have daily are the same ones you had yesterday. So that tractor gets those ruts. So we're so used to doing the same things over and over and over and over again, and we don't have the results yet, which is understandable because you're not doing anything. So at the end of the day, just a little, if you're going this way and it creates the rut, if you just turn it a little bit, the next day all of a sudden you start to go a little bit different, and then the next day a little bit more, and you keep doing it day by day by day, all of a sudden you're in a totally different direction. But it's that doing that little thing every day and doing that stuff. No, I'm guilty of it too. So I'm just being honest. That's kind of what my whole thing is about, is showing my journey to here too. Because I'm not where I want to be. I'm closer to where I was than when I started all this. But again, it's that little change, little change, little change, and then all of a sudden, over time, all of a sudden you're in a totally different place. So I guess the whole thing is that not don't when you're down, don't get too down, or if you are down, pay attention to maybe some of the reasons why you are down, but then little by little get yourself back up, pick yourself back up, even doing anything, even just moving around for 10 minutes, even just eating better, making one better choice, eat one better meal a day and still eat the other one. Like that's how I started eating better. I'd eat one bad meal a day and eat two good ones. And basically, I still try to do that. Do I eat perfect? No, but it's little stuff and trying to build it over time. Everybody wants to build the house at the top, and it's like, no, you got to do little stuff, little by little by little by little, and when your body's not used to that change, it just takes time for it to happen. So, no matter what, don't give up. That's the only way we truly lose, is if we give up. Now, I'm not saying that, don't stop a business or whatever. I'm just saying if you give up one thing, start something else. I mean, give up totally. Like, again, like I said, I've taken weeks off here. Didn't give up. Here I am. I won't give up until I create what it is I came here to create. And whatever that is to hopefully help inspire other people to do the same thing, because we all have this inside of us to do it. We're all capable of doing whatever it we want. You just have to change your ideas, change your thoughts, start making some new decisions. It's like that definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. Well, the things you've done in your life have got you to this point. If you want to go somewhere else, you got to go in a different direction, or you got to make some small, subtle changes and add up over time. Always keep learning. Always look at the people that have done something that you want to do and figure out what it is that they did, and start somewhere, and don't compare yourself to others, because every journey, it's your journey. Now, again, we sit there and we think, oh, this person's doing that, this person's got 800,000 subscribers, this person's got more videos, this person's got more money. No, well, maybe they do, of course they do, but at the end of the day, you have to more worry about, how can I be better than yesterday? How can I make one step forward? And again, it's not like you're not going to take steps back. I've done it. It's a process. Sometimes, and again, over the last few weeks, I've taken a couple steps back. But now it's time to move forward. And I feel better today than I did in the last couple weeks. So, and that's the thing, is like Jim Rome always said, when the emotion is hot or whatever and the idea is fresh, do it. Like, I wasn't even going to do this video because I got to go to work here pretty soon, but then all of a sudden I was like, I better just better just do it. So when you get an inclination to do something, do it, no matter how big or small it is, and start anywhere. Like I said, books, movement, anything you can see, learning, just just start somewhere. Just do something, and you'll be surprised at what happens after it. And if you don't see the results right away, don't give up. Just keep at it, because sometimes you won't see that little change and you won't be going a total opposite direction for a little while. But you have to start somewhere and you have to do something. So this is my inspiration to you guys to figure it out and start somewhere. All right. And again, if you like the video, like and subscribe, because again, at the end of the day, I want to create this channel to help people. And by liking and subscribing, it helps me get more out there, so I can actually help more people. Because at the end of the day, I just want people in this time and era to realize that we're far capable of more than what we've been taught. and you just got to take one step at a time and start.